Hey everybody, Jesse Nyberg here. Welcome back to my channel. As a designer and many other creative professions, we all run into writer's block and need to find inspiration. So today I'm going to be showing you 5 great resources online for getting creative and finding that inspiration you need to get started on your project, find fonts, things like that. So with that being said, if this video helps you at all, please make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Alright everybody, so the first site I have up here is called Designspiration. This is a really good site. I've been using it for years, and they also have a huge hashtag on Instagram, so check that out. So the reason I like this site is it's kind of like a Pinterest for creatives and designers. You can even see on the homepage here they have a ton of stuff for you to look at in terms of posters, typography, photos, all things of that sort, brand identity. And what's really cool about it is you can go and you can search for stuff like you would on Pinterest. And if you go on the Explorer, they have all these categories lined out. So art, architecture, photography, handwriting, web design. And let's say you're looking for something specific, you can even search by color. So purple website. You'll get a lot of inspiration for that. So you see you have stuff from editorial design, all these purple things. It's really good for making mood boards, and I think you should really check it out. Alright, next up we have a site called Fonts in Use. I used this website for my top 2020 typeface video. If you want to check that out, link in the description. So the reason I really like this is because I'm a huge fan of typography, and I always love finding new typefaces and different font families. But what's great about this is you can even see from the homepage here, it shows you type, and it doesn't just show you the font and what it's called, but it shows you different examples. And this place has a huge collection of great vintage examples, old album art, magazines, things like that. And it's very helpful for helping visualize the design. So you can even go here to topics, and they have different topics for you to choose from. Activism, architecture, fashion. And then they also have illustration, books, branding identity, newspaper, and some of the popular typefaces here. So see, if you want to look something up, you can type in Clarendon. And so this is a very popular font. I might have spelled it wrong. There we go. So like I spoke about also in my type video, they use this font on a lot of album art for jazz, blues, soul, especially Blue Note stuff. So it's really cool to see some of these old album arts because they're laid out amazingly. The type's awesome, and it gives you a lot of good inspiration for it, whether it be album art, laying out type, logos, anything that may be. You're gonna find a lot of good stuff here. And what's cool is it shows you all the information you would need. So they have different tags. Read Miles, the GOAT for Blue Note, shows you the typefaces used in the project and where the stuff came from. And when you click on the font, it'll actually take you from places, the foundries that created it, the designers, and places you can buy it from, Font Shop, My Fonts, whatever it may be. Next up, we have another typeface / font based website. I'm big on typographic design and heavy type based design concepts, so I use these type of things a lot. What's cool about TypeWolf is they have site of the day, so you can go and link here and it'll show you cool examples of something. So here's a cool commerce site that they referenced. And what's cool, the best thing about TypeWolf is probably the font recommendations. So you have your top 10 serif, top 10 sans serif, slab serifs, things like that. And then the alternative list. So all you people out there still using strictly Helvetica, this is great. So here's a top 10 Helvetica alternatives, neo-grotesques. So we have Active, Universe, Acumen. Acumen's a great font. And what's cool is it shows you where to get it. So this will link you over to, see, this one's Adobe Fonts. So that'll take you there. And what I really like about TypeWolf myself is they have this thing called alternatives. Let me see where I can get to it. So here's the font recommendations. top 40 Adobe fonts, top 40 Google fonts. So here's Futura, very common font. And what's cool about it is that here it is the similar fonts, and then the closest matches on Adobe fonts. Super helpful if you don't want to spend a lot of money. And then suggested font pairings. This is a very strong feature that they have. So they're saying to pair it with New Caledonia. And that's pretty cool because this is a nice, sharp and angular, thick to thin serif. And pairing that with that geometric type sans serif that Futura is would look pretty sweet on any type of layout design. So definitely check this out for anything typography related. Tons of great articles and things in here. Alright, so this one is more for all the web design and digital design people out there. It's called Awards. The www dot, I always thought their name was super clever like that. So when you're designing any type of website, whether it be a portfolio, product site, just showcasing different things, this site is amazing because it shows you some of the very aspirational ways you can use web design and typography and animation in your sites. And what's cool is you can see it gets rated by design, usability, creativity, content, how it is on mobile, and then the developer. So this one is a fashion brand created by Jorge Dib, and they show you some screenshots here. That looks pretty sweet. I really like those spaced out photography, and they do a lot of that in like fashion design. And even shows you all the different judges and who rated it. So creative directors, senior designers, a lot of people that have enough knowledge in the field to have an educated vote. And it's easy enough to get to the site. You just go to the visit site. Yeah, this is pretty nice. I really like the scroll progress bar on the side. Yeah, great typography and super seamless, like easing in and easing out on the animations. So yeah, this is a super cool site, and they don't only have those very heavily designed, like beautiful sites like that, but you can also find a lot of good stuff on here for user experience, mobile, and just good ways to navigate sites if you need help with either the design or the actual framework of the website. They also have a ton of great agencies you can find in here, so the directory, resources. So it's definitely a really good site for not only web designers but any graphic designers in general for getting good digital design and typographic inspiration. Last here on the list is a website I've grown to love called It's Nice That. This is an amazing website who just pretty much highlights anything creative and well designed, well thought out, engaging, interesting. You can even see here championing creativity since 2007. So they have a ton of nice stuff, and I've known some people who've gotten featured on here, and I think it's like a great honor to be organized and cataloged with all these other great artists and designers. So you can pretty much search for anything on here and you'll find some cool stuff. They also have categories: 3D, branding, book. So let's look up book. So there's some cool articles, bookshelves, book design, stories for books, photography. Let's check out the categories. It's a ton of articles. I really like this one on the homepage. An identity that can become expressive through the sheer use of typography. Sounds like something I would enjoy. So what's cool is they tell you all the information here and they tag it well so it's easy to navigate. That's pretty sweet having just those different fonts like that. Irvington Theater. Drawing inspiration from the old school advertisement and wheat paste posters. Nice. Yeah, this is super cool. So a lot of great stuff here. You can actually save it to your mood boards or anything you're doing to help plan for a project. What's cool, if you guys don't have, is the Pinterest plugin. So instead of just saving stuff from Pinterest, I can go right here and save and add it to a mood board. That's pretty much it for the video. Let me know which sites you find useful and interesting. All the websites will be linked in the description for you to check out. If the video helped you in any way, please drop a like and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments what websites you go to for inspiration. I'd love to check them out myself. Until next time, peace.